I was talking to a pregnancy center the other day, and they said something that made my jaw drop. We were discussing their Google ad strategy, what keywords to target, and how aggressive to get. And I asked, do you want to target the terms that bring in the most abortion minded clients or go more broad? And without hesitation, they said, quote, absolutely. We're not saving a baby if she's not planning to kill it, end quote. Now, to be honest, that hit pretty hard, but honestly, that was one of the clearest, most unapologetic statements I've ever heard about what life-saving pregnancy centers are actually here to do. Now, let's rewind a little bit. You see, pregnancy centers were invented back in the 60s and 70s for one main purpose in mind: to save lives from abortion. That's the origin story. That's the mission. And saving lives requires one thing above all else, and that's getting in front of women who are planning to abort. Because if you're only reaching women who are already planning to carry, you're not preventing abortions. You're just confirming decisions. Now, here's the real issue. There's a growing number of pregnancy centers who say they exist to save lives, but their actions and their data say something different. For example, perhaps they're not investing in the one strategy proven to reach abortion-minded women: Google Ads. According to a study from the Pro-Life Marketing Ethics Council, the largest that's ever been conducted on this topic, 96% of pregnancy centers said that Google was their number one source of abortion-minded clients. Not Instagram, not Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, geofencing, billboards, Google. And here's the kicker. The centers who were advertising on Google averaged 244% more abortion-minded clients than those who were not. Yet many still aren't investing in this type of advertising. Or they're spending a few $100s, $1,000 here and there, expecting a miracle. And here's the truth. You can't say you're saving lives at your banquet if your client base is 99% intending to carry. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying helping those women isn't noble. It is. But here's where the rubber meets the road. If your stated mission is to save lives from abortion, then you need to be reaching women who are actively considering abortion. That means your percentage of abortion-minded and abortion-determined clients matters, and it should be tracked relentlessly. Not just abortion vulnerable, because let's be honest, that term gets stretched a lot. Vulnerable isn't minded, and minded isn't determined. You know it, I know it. Let's be real. Now, I've even had national leaders and speakers tell me that I shouldn't be so pushy about this, that I should be more sensitive, that I shouldn't challenge centers to focus so heavily on their numbers because it might make them feel ashamed. But here's the thing. This isn't about shame. It's just about clarity. It's about alignment between what we say we do and what we actually do, because lives are on the line and we don't have time for confusion. Now, look, I don't think centers are being intentionally deceptive for the most part. I think that many have experienced mission drift and they don't even realize it. They started with a clear North Star in mind: saving lives from abortion. But over time, the strategy shifted, the language softened, and the mission got blurry. And the result, they're doing good work, but it's no longer aligned with the mission they set out to fulfill. And that's okay, if they're honest about it. So here's the challenge. Sit down with your team, pull up your client data, and look at your abortion-minded and determined percentages. Then ask yourself, are we doing what we say we're doing? And if not, are we willing to make the changes to align with the mission? Are we a resource center or a life-saving intervention center? Both are noble. Both are necessary, but they are not the same. And your strategy, your marketing, and your donor messaging should reflect your mission with total honesty, because donors deserve to know what they're funding, and centers deserve to know who they are. Side note, if your mission is to save lives from abortion and you've already stepped into the game, you're running Google Ads, you're doing the right things, but the numbers still aren't where they could be, that's where we come in. We work with high-functioning pregnancy centers who've already started using digital, but who know deep down they're still leaving potential on the table. If that's you, there's a better, proven way to get the traction you're after. Shoot me an email, bcraft@lifeadvancement group, or visit our website. Yes, that is my direct email. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Anyways, I wrote a full breakdown on this. It's linked in the comments below and in the description of this video, so feel free to check it out, and I hope it's helpful. Until then, thanks for watching and keep up the life-saving work.